Well, hello there, fellow loopers. So, today's run, my objective is to get the metal together to build the lumberjack and surround it with forests. So, the lumberjack will give me a splinter for every completed loop, but no more than the amount of tiles around the lumberjack's hut. Okay, so it'll also unlock the ability to craft furniture. I just feel like I want more wood. I know it looks like I've got a lot of wood, but not as much as I'd like. So, that's the purpose of this run. Now, I just die in chapter 4, so maybe we'll try chapter 3. And I've not done warrior for a while, so I think I'm going to go warrior. And so how do you get metal? That's a good question. We can actually look in our encyclopedia. And I don't think, yeah, you're not going to see anything you've not seen before. Because I pretty much exclusively play this when it's being recorded. What am I looking for? Okay, so metal. Stable metal, chunk of metal, saved from being devoured by the lich. Its pieces stick together as though they are as if they're magnetized. And so all equipment forgotten in the inventory becomes scrap metal. The treasure card also drops some metal apparently, and it drops from some enemies. So what I need to do is make vast amounts of loot. Lots of loot drops. That's the key here. So I'm going to zero this. Lots of loot drops. So what's going to help with loot drops? And I've not used this yet. Zero milestone. A monument's the first step made by the first explorer. Evenly changes monster strength depending on their position on the road. Weakens the ones close to the meridian and strengthens the one far away. I have no idea what that is. We could just look at that as well. Okay, but the main thing is lots and lots of rubbish equipment. We're probably going to want spiders for that. We're also probably going to want rubbish equipment, I think, is a battlefield thing. Because though the blood clots drop a load of nonsense. And what else do we want? So of course we're going to have some landscape. What works with farming the blood people? So when you the blood road people. Don't know. And so we are warrior. I'm actually also keen to do some experimenting with using oases. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a weird mix of science and farming. What else drops a load of trash? That's the key. I mean, vampires are going to help us farm some stuff, but basically we're actually probably fine for the stuff that vampires drop, are we? Or of expansion, yeah. We've got 154 of those. We don't necessarily need the vampires for that. And then we've got this. I think Grove is going to drop some trash. We might actually want something that drops good things, right? That's also... we could go Blood Grove for some actual good drops. And then... Cemetery, I'm not so sure. Could go Village. And we'll try and keep it fairly tightly focused, so we've just got the two there. We've got one more than we need here, potentially. The battlefield hopefully should give us some decent loot early, and then later on kind of rubbish loot. I guess the problem with this is we don't have anything that really drops good loot, and it depends how successful the farming is. So we probably do need... Oh, actually no, what we're talking about. Blood Grove does good. That's got good loot. And we need to take something from this bottom row. Let me just reveal the Oblivion. And as it's a farming run, I might want to use the beacon. I'm going to be reducing the attack speed of our enemies with these things here. Speeds up time. Time watches are actually kind of scary. Could have some... Let's just go with beacon. I feel like it's the farmer's choice. Yeah, so 0 milestone. I just don't really know what this is going to do. But we'll see. We'll find out. And we're going to go on 3. So the reason I'm going on 3, I mean 2 might be more sane, but there is part of me that does want to beat the chapter 3 boss with the warrior. I mean, I'm probably trying to achieve too many different things at once here. But so we've got bonus resources plus 80%. That's part of the reasoning here. So let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're going to sell some starting gear. And we've got 0 milestone, so we can put it on the road. Okay. So I suppose this... Okay, maybe it's relative to this. So maybe I don't place this yet. It says going to weaken enemies that are... That's interesting. And I'm going to go with reducing the attack speed. This could be a very odd run, but that's fine. You know, we don't have to do everything perfectly. One thing I would like, especially for people like me that have memory issues, would be like a little thing that just tells me what's in my deck. It might even be in here. Okay, so we've got Dunes. So here's the thing. Do I want to go with Oasis, or do I want to go with... I actually do want to be trashing stuff. Or do I actually... I think I am going to go... I'm not going to go with Dunes at all. I'm only going to go... Yeah, I'm going to wait till we've got... I'm not actually going to lower my hit points at all. I'm going to go with exclusively having Oasis. So we are going to want a Blood Grove somewhere. I mean, let's be optimistic. We'll put it here. So I'm not going to have any of this shenanigans. But we will have Oasis shenanigans. Yeah, it's a dog's dinner. It's going to be a dog's dinner one. Okay. So by the time this video is out, maybe the game will have launched. I'm not sure. Not sure at this stage. Okay, so beacon, because we're farming, we want to, you know, we don't want to be here all day. So we'll have a beacon to speed things up. And because of the way that rivers work, these, if I place the river that's adjacent, the first river isn't actually going to become... it's not actually going to become an oasis. So that's why I'm waiting for a second river, because I don't really want to get involved with this. Okay, so second river is upon us. Let's... and interesting as well with the way that Oasis works, you don't get any... if the river kinks back on itself, you don't get any bonus. So I think this is going to be something like this. So that's... Oh, but it also... I see, there's something I hadn't really... Classic peasant. I hadn't really twigged that it's also going to reduce all of our... Even if we do have the Oasis as well. So it's like a combo. Okay. Alright, well I guess we need to just go with equipment that that accepts that we're all going to have less health. Alright, let's go with... let's just put the... Actually, the village will kill that blob. Let's just have a... Actually, no, we don't want to get rid of our blood roads. Because, yeah, let's just put it somewhere out of the way. We'll get there eventually. And then, of course, there's our watchtower. So maybe if I just have blood groves around here, because then the watchtower can help me. Because, I mean... The blood golems are a pretty scary enemy. That's the truth. The truth there. You know, I only offer you the truth. Okay, so I mean, we'll just see how I mean, yeah. I just don't know what I'm trying to achieve here. But it'll be okay. Okay, more desert. So currently, attack speed... So the enemy's attack speed is being kind of fairly drastically reduced. Yeah, and it's interesting. So we've got the max HP being reduced, and we've got... But does every creature's HP? But my max XP is plus 66. That's just because of this, right? Okay, yeah. I was just double checking that it was actually affecting me as well. Because, you know, yeah. So, yeah, let's try and just farm some metal. You know, let's have a chilled time. I probably should place this out fairly soon as well. There's the battlefield. So the battlefield can go like that. And let's have this here. And let's put the 0 milestone out. So, weakens the one closest to the meridian and strengthens the ones that are now far away. I think maybe if I put this here, well, let's see. So the enemy's over here, are going to be, in theory, tougher, and the enemies over here are going to be weaker. So we're going to have a couple of blood groves here, and if they're going to be weaker, maybe we can have a blood grove here. And that's a beacon to speed up this this whole process. So we're slowing down our enemies, but we're also speeding them up. But we should end up net ahead on speed. So in theory, that was a very strong rat wolf. In practice, maybe. It was all over so fast. Yeah, and I'm not going to add... I'm going to mainly go with adding the... Yeah, we want evasion, because we're not going to have a lot of... We're not going to have many hit points. Not compared to how many we have in the future. And the fact that the attack speed is reduced should mean that we're not so likely to have problems with stamina. So that's got some magic damage on and evasion. Go with it. And we can have a village. Yeah, we have village corner over here. And we've got these flipping bandits. We don't care if they destroy our loot. That's just fine. They, enjoy yourself, bandits. Okay, and we've got ourselves. Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with quite a traditional, like my grandmother used to make kind of run. I mean, yeah, we may as well go with the dunes when we have the choice. So in theory, these guys are weakened by the Meridian. Remember that we are on Chapter 3, so things are a bit tougher here, and spiders actually become pretty scary in Chapter 3. That's would certainly seems to be my experience of them. There's lots of scariness going on. Huge damage increase. This is the classic way to die, of course, is to just not get a better weapon, but we've done it. Champions we are. Let's go with that. Because we do get some twigs for going in there, and that's kind of indirectly one of the too many things I'm trying to achieve at once in this run. Okay, rivers are out. So we are... Wow, we are so oasis-y. So what are we looking at now? We're still on... Yeah, maybe our loot is going to keep us kind of near our start health. Thing is, if our enemy's health is reduced, it would be cool if it tracked the reduction. And actually, the river will still kink around. It will still affect the deserts as well. Oh no, the oasis. No, it's an oasis, not a desert, not a river. Okay, so you can't buff. Okay, I'll get there in the end. You can't buff the deserts with a river because it turns into an oasis. There. Okay. I got it. I understood finally. So yeah, these guys drop trash. They drop real trash, but that's kind of the point. We're going to have a blood grove in here, so let's have a load of spiders coming in so that we actually get some good loot, and we've hopefully got the support of the watchtower. Okay. So there's a huge damage decrease. I'm not taking it. And we're gonna... What's that? No, I think we keep the big defend. Oh yeah, so we can have some dudes now. Yeah, because we had an interesting observer in the comments, and sorry, I can't remember everyone's names, about how these battlefields really get bad later on. But if you don't make them into blood roads, then that's no longer a problem. So we could lose our evasion here for a bit more max HP. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. We can always get it back. I think we probably are going to want the evasion, and I think if you're farming, you probably do want to... I've just realised I don't need to be placing these deserts on both sides. Oh, they destroyed my ring. That's rude. Very rude. So I could actually just not have as many deserts. Again, not really sure. This is the first time I've done this. But that's obviously, yeah, that makes sense. There's no requirement to have them on both sides. Interesting. In fact, this might be a situation where the rule of thumb of rivers on the edges being bad could be fine if you're just trying to maximize Oasis. Finally, a Blood Grove. We'll put it over here. Though we're not actually going to... Oh yeah, we should get some moral support, even if it's in this space. Don't want those regens. So yeah, maybe I'll lay off having all these extra deserts. Okay, that's a lovely damage increase. There's another battlefield, and I'm deliberately making as many blood roads as I can in order to make lots of equipment and to gain lots of metal. We've already gained 2 kind of, and I'm wondering whether to bring this round. Not sure. I'll think on it for a little bit, for a little while. Okay, got ourselves a lovely little perk there. Gift of Blood. On hit, a hero can summon a Blood Lightning. Chance equal to Vampirism. Oh, that looks like that wording feels like it's been changed. So that's really interesting. It's like a Vampirism buff. I'm not a big fan of Resurrection. I think I'm gonna go with that one. How much do I want to lower the HP? This feels like it's just not much of a buffer. Yeah, I think maybe I want to actually go, especially I've got all these extra rivers. I kind of want to go with maybe not playing any more sand dunes. And only kind of using deserts to convert them, maybe? Maybe. Here's me trying to think on my feet. Okay, more rivers and deserts. Lovely. Okay, so it's good to see that the that one desert is enough to convert 2 as well. So if you wanted to really minimize the amount of deserts you had, you could kind of ring rivers around the desert maybe. Okay, and then we have some spooders. Where do we want more spooders? There's some more spooders around here somewhere. Yeah, I don't want my max HP to be too low. Man, this game's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, I don't claim to be an expert, but I am an enthusiast. This is undeniable. So there's a dinner table. And yeah, that's not a tile. They look a bit like tiles sometimes. Okay. Right. So if we place this here, it will become a hungry grove. Oh, no, it won't. Oh, oh, no, that's a grove. Sorry, forgive me. That's a grove there anyway. Let's just have one of these down here as well. Hopefully the 0 milestone is going to mean that it's not a horrible fight. Yeah, well, we'll it's fine to use a dune or 2. Okay, more loot. So Vampirism gets us that funky ability. We could go pure Vampirism. Our evasion isn't that high, you know. But also bear in mind, I'm trying to farm here. Okay, let's have another grove. Oh, actually, that was kind of dodgy putting that grove there because these are kind of buffed, I think, by the 0 milestone, possibly. Okay, so because we're a farming run, we want to be zooming around as quickly as possible. And have another desert. And where are we with this? So yeah, I'm kind of with the. I'm not searching after. That's an invasion ring. I'll definitely take that. I'm not searching after landscape interactions because I can see in my encyclopedia that there aren't that many left. And I've tried a lot of the obvious ones. So yeah, look at these guys. Look at the trash this guy drops. Trash. Shit, that's not too bad. Maybe I actually need to be a bit more efficient. Oh yeah, actually the rivers could do this now. I guess it depends on the balance. It depends. But we've already succeeded in our mission. We farmed a little bit of that stuff. Let's have a quick look at this shield. It's a magic damage shield. Wow. All hell the magic damage. Magic damage ring. And yeah, so I'm going to keep my groves over here where they should be weaker. I suppose actually, wait a second here, peasant. Damage all is going to be pretty good. If the enemies are weaker, if they're going to be significantly weaker, it's going to mean that the damage all is going to become more significant. Flipping bandits. Actually, let's spider just to interfere with those bandits a bit. I don't want to have to fight too many. Maybe I should start thinking about switching towards damage all, actually. See if these guys destroy any of my stuff. Wow, they keep dodging me. Okay. Because if everyone is that big amount weaker, that would be pretty good. So how many deserts have I got? It would be cool if it did tell me kind of how much weaker all the enemies were. I would appreciate that. I guess the trouble with kinking here is that I'm then kind of wasting this river, but actually no, if I put the desert here and then kind of go up this way, something like that. And that must be better. That's see, then we're losing our vampirism. But yeah, I think evade is the key. I think it's especially with if we're slowing down our enemy attack speed, then that's pretty handy. Because then we're not so likely to have the stamina problems that we have if enemies are attacking quickly. I think I've checked everything there. Not enough damage on that one. There's that funny little blood lightning. Funny little blood lightning. Funny little lad. Okay, here's a river. So actually I could just run rivers here, not need to place any more deserts. It's that funny thing with this. I kind of feel like, oh, I'd forgotten. I've made reeds. Damn it. You should have known that was going to happen. Well. I wonder if we can spawn spiders on here. We'll try. We can only try. So yeah, accidental reed making, and I don't have Oblivion, so I can't correct that mistake. They can't all be brilliant, can they? You know. Okay, another village. So the next village will mean we have another bandit. I'm kind of cute. Okay, so they always summon next to villages. Okay, so if you could surround the villages and the village you're about to place, you could, in theory, prevent them arriving. Okay, we'll keep the magic damage. Really doing a lot of damage. That's an evasion ring. We take it. A river. Damn it, we're going to have another fishy river. Oh dear. So this is a super tough flesh golem, in theory, because of the meridian. But we do have our lads here. Crossbowmen. And finally, a weapon upgrade. So although it's not evasion, it's got the vamp on, which is kind of just as good for us, I think. And then the polearm is defense. And a bit of regen. Lovely job. Of course, if I keep on switching out my weapons, then I'm not actually going to gain anything. You know, as in, I'm not going to gain a load of metal. So it looks like if a tile has the choice of either being a swamp or a road, it will... Ooh. Okay, this is damage all and evasion, but we lose all of our magic damage. Though, actually, thinking about it, the enemies we're fighting, we don't have anything that really cares too much about magic damage. And this... Yeah, I think we picked this. Yeah, if we were fighting things like skeletons and gargoyles and things like that, I think maybe we would definitely want the magic damage more, but we're mainly fighting inanimate objects. So I'm pretty sure these are going to be worse, yeah. And, okay, so we can... Yeah, we don't want to go... We don't want to fight any more frogmen than we have to. They can be... I think they can be pretty tasty. Could have another grove here, but we're not getting... The trouble is, we're not going to get support from the fights, and they're going to be tougher because they're farther away from this meridian. Oh, the milestone, sorry. And we do get enemies on there. Okay. So we're going to put them over here. So they will spawn, but they shouldn't be quite as scary. Hopefully. That's the theory. In practice, well, we'll see. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. How's our farming going? Yeah, we farmed 7. We're achieving stuff. Even if we die and have to leave half of it behind, we have made some kind of progress. We just got a magnifying glass. I think the evasion ring is pretty important. And I'm only on 24% evasion now, but it's pretty significant. I think especially, yeah, I just think it is. And if I could stack it more, that would be better. We'll see. We'll see. Right, we just want some more rivers. And it's that thing of like, should I be putting bookeries into these kind of farming runs? I suppose if I had a really focused idea of what I was doing, a bookery might be good. So what a bookery does is it switches... when you walk past it, it switches 3 of your cards. I think it's your leftmost 3 cards for other cards. So basically, it's handy. So I could turn these deserts maybe into rivers if I got lucky. And I've not actually triggered it since the alpha. If you do it how many times? A few times, then it actually I think it has some secondary purpose. Okay, so counterattacks on evade. Now that's really good. The reason. Yeah, this did take a fairly heavy nerf with the introduction of the stamina bar, but I think this is really good. I mean, Blissful Ignorance is also interesting because we don't have Oblivions in our deck, but I'm not gonna do that. It's actually so cool. Like one of my favorite comments I've read on this channel was when someone was telling the story of one of their fights that just went on and on and on, like a really tough, grueling battle, and then they managed to get that trait and win because they cleared all the area up to the lich. It was super cool. Really nice to read. Loved it. Okay. So there's a vamp ring. We do of course now have a buff to our. It's a pretty serious buff with the old somersault. It's only 35%, but that really adds up. And have some spiders. Now spiders are nothing ever seems to spawn in the cozy camp. We don't really want to interfere with these. So yeah, we'll have our spiders over here. See, it might have been good to put spiders to interfere with these guys. The bandits are a problem. They're unlikely to kill you, but they might just kill your run because they might destroy a linchpin bit of equipment. Yeah, so I'm really looking for evade now as a priority. Okay, I got these living fishmen, old Lawrence fishmen, but I mean, how scary are they? Reasonably scary. I think a good clue is when they start when you start using potions. You're like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, takes real damage here. See, the trouble is with these, that these are buffed by this 0 point thing. But I don't have any support. And that was an error, of course. Yeah, so here, of course, in this space, I've got the support of my turrets. But here, not so much. So yeah, we don't want to go by the road. We do want to go here. We really do want to do this as well. So I feel like I have learned some things from this, even if it doesn't really work out quite how I want. I mean, the thing is, I could just let it loop now, I suppose. So yeah, we don't want to go by the road. And yeah, these fish people. Blimmin' fish people. Let's have a spider over here somewhere. Yeah, if I surround all the villages with spiders, then yeah, that's an idea. Okay. And I could even just try and just kind of chill and loop. It'd be very chill, farmy kind of business. Ooh, that's 13 magic damage. But again, we're not too worried. That's an evasion shield. Just trying to get it before it runs away. Oh yeah, that's just good. That's just good. That's a better evasion ring. Attack. It's interesting with the Oasis because any attack speed I gain is proportionally more attack speed. I think. Well, those villages are buffing these clots. But yeah, we've gained 11 stable metal. We've even gained some orb of evolution and craft fragments. So this is one that I'm always kind of keen to get. I think largely because my experience of playing through Chapter 1 was just not getting any of the orb of craft. And kind of, wanting those orbs of craft. So, see, this has got 7 magic, but it would be a big evasion decrease. And I think, yeah, going heavy on evasion is the key. So I might swap this vamp armor for evasion armor, and maybe the pole arm for a dagger. Daggers typically, well, they always, if they're not a grey dagger, they will have evasion on them. But we're not acing this. We're eating a lot of our potions. I think largely, I'm not sure that this 0 milestone. I mean, I'm glad that I've tried it out, but I'm not sure that it's necessarily the wisest way. But then, learning, I guess, learning as we go. Because yeah, this fight up here is gross because but as far as I understand it anyway, it's getting pretty seriously buffed. So just to get our evasion up to more like 50%. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, we need that stuff. And here I've got to really think, because they might just destroy something. Well, I guess we just leave it. So we just have that there as a replacement. See if they yoink any of my kit. Okay, yoinking stuff. Big defense buff. At the cost of some evasion. I mean, that is a big defense buff, though. Big and impressive. So, I don't know whether I want to go dunes or desert here. My suspicion is that desert's better because we don't want to take too much. I'm actually I'm going to take a slight evasion decrease to get the damage to all there, because if these deserts have had their effect, it means that the other enemies are going to be that much more. I mean, like in this case, we were attacking the elite, I think. And we've just killed everything else. So maybe damage to all is the Oasis special. That's possible. So actually, I think I'm going to bring the river up along the top like this. and another village. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I do another village, I will have another bandit. So I'm going to hang on to that for now. And just surround my future village with cocoons. But yeah, I'm a bit worried about these fights up that are near my base, but not. Yeah, these fights up here. I think this could be my end if I'm not careful. Well, I mean, I don't know if being careful is going to make any odds, but this is an evasion buff. We lose that damage to all that I was banging on about. Now, the evasion's important. The attack speed is also, I think, is proportionally important. Because if everyone else is getting their attack speed nerfed by -1, and that's one, yeah, it'd be good if there was just some way of seeing this, seeing the effect it's having on the monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so enemies have got their attack speed nerfed by 24%. I think I'm just going to take the more damaging weapon. So in theory, these guys are near the meridian, so they should be weaker. If I understood it correctly. I might not have understood it correctly. Okay, got ourselves future oasis here. This guy hits like a... Ah, interesting. The more hits it takes, the more likely it is to do crits. Okay, evasion armor, we've been looking for this for a while, and it's got magic and damage to all. So we can put the river up here, get another way. Okay, this is the good stuff. And I mean, my max HP is kind of low, but... And where am I? Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to die here, unfortunately. And it is a bit unfortunate. So it's ended up being a bit of a science / dying run. I mean, how can I redeem this? Maybe if I got some heals, if I had a bit of vampirism going on, maybe I can do that. Okay, so what's the dagger got on it? The dagger does have some vampirism on it. I think it's my only chance. It's such a big damage decrease though. Actually, or is it 30 to 40? It is a pretty big damage decrease. 16% vampirism on this at a cost of a lot of evasion, but I think it's my only... I know it doesn't feel good, but I think I need to be healing, and the evasion wasn't really enough. But I think, I mean, I might even just die here. Oh, crashed. I actually crashed. Alas and alack. It's not capturing on your screen, but I've got a little box here. Uh-oh. To show you. There you go. Well, damn. Well, damn. So, well, that's a shame. So, what do I do with this? Abort. No! Anyway, that was a slightly earlier finish than I'd have liked. But hey, we learned some stuff. Hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen to my resources. Actually, let's just fire it up and see. Even more ramshackle than normal. We're taking it to new levels of ramshackle. Okay, what have we got here? So you might have noticed I do play it in a window. That's in a vain attempt to be able to see everything. Okay, so if we continue, where do we end up? Okay, we're back here. Looks like we didn't get our loot. Alas! Anyway, thanks so much for being here. I've been Peasant. And you've been whoever you are. Yeah, like the video if you like the video. And I'll see you in the next loop.